Hello, everybody. How's everything going? I feel like making a news video. I like making videos all of a sudden. I like sharing things, telling the truth, explaining things. It's all like right there in front of your face. It's pretty easy. This is what they claim is the International Space Station. Take a good hard look at it. I would imagine those panels or whatever they are to be rather large, rather long. The first question I want to ask to anybody that's looking at this, does it look aerodynamic to you? To me, it ain't aerodynamic. It doesn't look aerodynamic. All right, now I want to point out the fact that if you look it up, according to any research that you do on the International Space Station, they allege that this contraption travels at the speed of 17,000 miles and change per hour. That's right, you heard me correct. 17,300 something miles per hour. 390, whatever it is. Does it matter at that point? I gotta laugh. I mean, look at it. Does it look like? Do you really think this contraption could hold up at 17,390 miles per hour? That thing would snap. What are you kidding? You gotta be kidding me. Aside from that, that's clearly CGI imagery you're looking at. The other thing I want to point out is what took this picture? Let's assume for a minute this contraption is capable of doing 17,390 miles per hour. What the hell kept up with it and took a picture? Interesting, huh? Satellite, you say, huh? Well, think again. There's no satellites in space. There's no space for that matter. You can't get above the dome. This is just high altitude. That's if you know, it's referring to high altitude. You know, there is such a thing as high altitude in the atmosphere and so on. People have sent balloons up, and if you look at videos on YouTube that shows balloons going up high with a camera on it, you'll notice that in reality, you see a lot more whiteness. You see a lot more clouds rather than what this picture is alleging or showing you. Aside from that, there's no curvature. So there's a lot of definitely a lot of weaknesses in this picture in itself, and the whole thing about the space station. I had a loon at work, a loon, Loon, at work, try to tell me that his friend has a really nice, powerful telescope, and one night they were sitting in his backyard and they were looking at the International Space Station with his telescope. You gotta be kidding me. Never happened. Never, ever happened. Period. I mean, the first thing I could think of is it sure as hell ain't going 17,000 miles per hour. That's just ridiculous. Okay? That's like saying we're currently on Earth right now with dinosaurs. Like, duh. Okay. Even dinosaurs is a bullshit story, but, let's not talk about evolution. I researched the speed of a bullet. A bullet can travel 1,700 miles per hour. I don't even think this contraption could do that speed. But if it did, or even if it was 100 miles an hour, that's slow. Let's assume it's that slow. 100 miles an hour. What's the odds of a telescope locking onto it while it's moving? Common sense. Come on. It's amazing how people are so so deeply engrossed in indoctrination about shit. It's just mind-boggling. It's like, you could settle this flat Earth and globe Earth theory with your own eyes. You don't even have to do the math. You don't have to do experiments. Just stand at the shore. Look, use your own eyes. Your eyes will not lie to you. When you see the flat horizon, excuse me, I won't say flat, the straight horizon, and it stays perfectly straight when you're looking at it, from left to right, without using a camera, without using any math or anything like that. Just your own little two eyes that God created and provided for you. Just trust your own judgment. And if that don't work, then do the experiments. If that turns you on. I guarantee you won't find Fibonacci using the scientific formula of 8 inches per mile squared. And I heard countless people say, oh, you have to go up high. And I'm definitely not singling out my boy in Georgia. I'm talking about a lot of people say that. And it makes me laugh. Because it's like, I always fire back at them, well, that's as logical as going a mile away to observe the pitch of your roof. Why would you go far away to observe something that you need to examine up close? There's no logic in that. I mean, the math of 8 inches per mile squared is not exactly a difficult challenge to figure out down here on the ground. It's very simple. Over a body of water. Could be an ocean, a lake, a river, whatever. People have been on one side of that huge lake there. I forget which one, Lake Michigan or whatever it is. And they could see Chicago very clearly. And it's like very far away. I don't know, 60 miles or something like that. That wouldn't happen if we lived on a ball. It just wouldn't happen. And it's so common sense, all of this. And might as well end this video. I mean, I just wanted to show you this weird looking structure that's clearly not aerodynamic. And there's no way in the world this contraption could do 17,390 miles per hour. Please. But then again, if you believe that, I guess you could believe that we sent rovers to Mars and we landed on the moon and all that shit. which is all a bunch of hocus pocus lies. They didn't do that. All the filming was done here somewhere. Arizona, Nevada, Canada, different locations. It's like police. Never take anything for granted when when the news or anything shows you something. We've been, for one thing, a lot of truthers that are non-believers of the flat earth know that the news keeps showing us false flags. There's Sandy Hooks and this and that and the other thing. Well, if you're smart enough to figure that out, it should be pretty easy to figure out that something that's level has no curvature. And if it has no curvature, that pretty much rules out a ball. Doesn't get any easier than that. I could get a 4-year-old to figure that out. Or a 5-year-old, whatever. Pretty easy. Anyway, God bless and have a good day. And I'll definitely be making videos and just showing it to you, because it's common sense. That's all it is. It's not rocket science. Have a good day.